Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here and welcome to this press conference featuring First Vice President of the Patriots for Europe Group, Ms. Kinga Gál. She will brief you on our priorities for this plenary session, and afterwards you will have time for some questions. Interpretation is available in English, French and Hungarian, as always. Without further delay, Mrs. Gál, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being with us here this afternoon on our regular briefing. Unfortunately, President Bardella cannot be here with us today, so I'm doing this press conference on my own. So let's see what's important during this plenary on the agenda. Everybody's speaking about it, so that's why it's the first thing I have to mention, the key debate tomorrow on the peace plan of the US. It tells a lot about what is expected tomorrow in the debate, that in the last minute the word peace was removed and we only have a proposed plan now in the title of this debate tomorrow. So EU position on the proposed plan and EU engagement towards a just and lasting peace for Ukraine. As from the start, Patriots stand on the side of peace, prioritize diplomacy and negotiated solutions rather than escalation. After years of suffering and bloodshed in Ukraine, we think that this is a momentum for peace, and this momentum has to be used. Trump's peace plan offers a real chance to finally stop this war, re-establish peace and start the reconstruction of Ukraine. Europe must support this process, of course, to engage and not hinder it. We wish successful talks and an agreement as soon as possible to secure peace. While the focus is rightly on peace talks, and it should be, the Patriots are also expressing concerns about the news of serious corruption in Ukraine. This is why we wanted and asked for a debate on this matter, which was refused by the EPP Left Liberal Coalition in the COP last week. Given the significant financial support that the European Union has been extending to Ukraine, transparency, accountability, and measures to monitor the use of EU funds in Ukraine are an absolute necessity. Moreover, it is even more timely as the President of the Commission is calling for additional financial contributions from member states. In this regard, we reaffirm the rejection of the idea, and this is very clear among the Patriots, rejecting the idea of joint borrowing, which would push future generations into debt. Then let's turn to plenary votes. After the successful vote on the omnibus simplification package during the last plenary to help our enterprises and ease bureaucratic burden, at this week's plenary we are voting on two important reports where Patriots members have been leading the work. One of them concerns an econ report on financing SMEs. The report by Jorge Martín Frias offers a roadmap for helping small businesses and for fighting the bureaucracy created by the Green Deal. I think it will, and hope that this will pass successfully as did in the committee. The other is the AFCO report on subsidiarity and the role of national parliaments by our member Marieke Ehlers, which sends a clear message: decisions have to be made as close to citizens as possible, and the EU should only legislate in cases where action at European level has a real added value. We hope that these reports will get the same majority in the plenary as they received in the committees, and common sense will prevail. We, the Patriots, side with small enterprises, support proposals that enable our businesses to grow, and we will take a strong stance in favor of subsidiarity and strong national parliaments on the other. Another file where we expect common sense to prevail is the deforestation regulation, another faulty element of the Green Deal. Postponement of this regulation is the least we can do to help our companies. So we are in favor in postponing. Then we just voted another exaggerated and unfounded report on the Article 7 procedure against Hungary. We have been seeing similar reports in the past 15 years, with the tone and allegations getting more and more hostile and unfounded. The allegations are not new. The only difference is that the accusations are increasingly absurd and the accusers are even more frustrated. The left liberals, together with the EPP, have now reached such a level of absurdity in their Urbanophobia that they are now calling for withdrawing all money and all the rights, including the voting rights, from Hungary. This is an issue where actually the European Parliament definitely has no competence at all. And we do not talk about here, yesterday I didn't really hear in this debate, that actually Hungarian voters have repeatedly voted in favor of the current patriotic government with a two-thirds majority. So actually it is the result of votes that this is the government of Hungary. What we are saying here and what the Patriots are defending here, that we are attacked because we want to keep our sovereignty. We are defending our national interest, for calling for immediate peace, for refusing to allow illegal migrants into the country, and keeping gender ideology out of schools. And this report, just the previous ones, comes only a couple of months before elections. It is full of lies or distortions, value judgment, and based on cross-references from political activist NGOs who have since been revealed to be receiving foreign funding to discredit Hungary. So what I can say on the name of the Patriots, we reject these attacks on national sovereignty, the constant hypocrisy and lecturing of conservative governments. When these people who are lecturing us, they don't keep their own rules when they are we come back to the rules of the parliament. So it's a very hypocritical and double standard how the rule of law is surviving in their custom. This is why we, the Patriots, submitted and voted for an alternative motion. The democracy shield. A few words on this report presented by and this shield which was presented by the Commission. While actually the goals sound nice on paper, in reality, this is yet another attempt to centralize more power and create a power machinery against dissenting voices. So what is it about? More money to political activist groups, to left-wing NGOs, who already got a lot of funding from the USAID, and more money for the so-called censorship. It's a disguise of fact-checking and fighting misinformation. These are those words used by the Democracy Shield. Fact-checking, fighting misinformation, and it's misused. So we stand for national sovereignty, freedom of speech, and we cannot support proposals that run against these values. I think that was, in a nutshell, what is important during this plenary week regarding the Patriots. Thank you for listening, and I'm open for questions.
Thank you very much, Vice President. Is there any question? No questions? Yeah? Please state your name and media outlet.
Yes, of course. Good afternoon. Zoltán Bugnyár from Hír TV, Hungary. Nem a mostani plenárishoz kapcsolódik, hanem egy korábbi témához, hogy a patrióták kérték, hogy az Antifát terrorszervezetté nyilvánítsák az Európai Unióban. Van erről a alelnök asszonynak tudomása, hogy hol tart most ez az ügy? Napirenden van-e még?
A plenárison nincsen napirenden, de helyesnek tartanánk, hogyha ahogy ezt már az Egyesült Államokban megtették, ez egy elfogadott, hiszen látjuk, hogy mi történt, látjuk, hogy milyen cselekmények történnek Antifa alatt, és ez egy helyes lépés lenne mindenképpen. Köszönöm.
Any other question? Yeah, Max?
Yeah, I wanted to ask two things. On the Morocco-Western Sahara, the Patriots' position is to vote in favor of the objection, right? And then on the other hand, I wanted to ask for a comment on this court ruling today from the CJU, basically harmonizing same-sex marriage, and basically countries that do not have same-sex marriage need to recognize these unions if they have happened in other member states, so they need to recognize it. So a reaction on that would be great. Thank you.
I'm not aware of the ruling. As you said, it was today, so we have to check the ruling. But according these kind of family matters, we stand for the absolutely basis that these are national competence, and it should stay in national competence how these issues are handled. Okay, thank you.
Jó napot kívánok, alelnök asszony, Gulyás Balázs, Gulyás Ágyú Média. Akkor én is kollégához hasonlóan az anyanyelvünkön fogok beszélni. Többször is abszurdnak nevezte a Tineke-Strick jelentést. Pontosan meg tud nevezni pontos mondjuk mondatokat vagy pontokat, amik ön szerint kiérdemelik ezt a bizonyos abszurd jelzőt? Ugye például a korrupcióval kapcsolatban elég súlyos állításokat tesz a jelentés a magyar kormányra vonatkozólag. Erre esetleg konkrétan válaszolná, vagy reagálná ennek a jelentésnek a konkrét kijelentéseire? Köszönöm.
Elég sok kijelentése van ennek a jelentésnek, úgyhogy engedje meg, hogy ne egyenként menjünk az abszurditáson túl. Összességében azt tudom mondani, hogyha megfigyelte ezeket a jelentéseket, a hangnemüket és az abszurditásokat, akkor ezek az elmúlt években azért növekedtek. Először hívták Tavaresnek, aztán hívták Sargentininek, aztán Delbos-Corfieldnak, most hívják Strick jelentésnek. Amit én ebből látok, hogy a nyomás nő, és gyakorlatilag ugyanazok a szólamok hangzanak el. Tehát ugyanazt hangsúlyozzák. És ha végighallgatta tegnap a vitát, akkor olyan abszurditások vannak, mint hogyha gyakorlatilag bírák lennének bebörtönözve, vagy újságírók lennének Magyarországon. Tehát elképesztő, hogy mi megy ezekben a vitákban, és azt tudjuk mondani, hogy gyakorlatilag a tényekkel sem a vita, sem a szöveg nagy része nincsen köszönő viszonyban. Ráadásul az, amit kérnek, ahogy itt az előbb elmondtam, hogy minden pénzt, illetve minden jogot, szavazati jogot is megvonni Magyarországtól, ez csak azt mutatja, hogy egy céljuk van, hogy minden áron büntetni a nemzeti kormányt. Ahogy tegnap elmondtam a vitában, azt látjuk, hogy ők már nem is rejtik véke alá, a Néppárt frakcióvezetője is kimondta, hogy a bizottság elnöke is, hogy ők szeretnének egy másik kormányt látni Magyarországon, és már meg is van, hogy kit néztek ki maguknak, aki majd teljesít nekik megfelelően. Úgyhogy én csak reménykedem abban, hogy ahogy ez eddigi jelentések, sok volt belőlük itt az évek során, nem érték el a hatásukat, mert a magyar választók nem megtéveszthetők, úgy ennek is hasonló gyakorlatilag feledés homályába merülő és további frusztrált vitákat okozó értelme lesz. Köszönöm szépen.
Sorry.
Most emeltem ki, most mondtam el. Hát ezeket, hogy miket kérnek Magyarországra nézve.
Any other question around? No? Okay, that was quick. Thank you very much.
Thank you for attending this meeting, and see you next plenary. Bye.